You may consider yourself normal, but deep down, we know better. Welcome to Morbid Curiosities. Tonight's story is Test Case. Written and directed by David Halstead. Produced by Lucas Wilson.
Tell me, Doctor. Tell me. Is it...
Yes, cancer. Just as you feared. And it's bad.
Bad? Well, how long do I have?
I can't lie to you, Mr. Young. No matter what treatments we give you, it won't be very long.
Oh no. Jake.
Please, Maria. Hold my hand. And don't cry.
But I did cry. We both did. Here we were, a young couple with a child not yet a year old, a lifetime ahead of us, cut short by this tragic fate. I looked into my husband's eyes and saw an unspeakable pain from which we could not escape. Soon I would be a widow and a single mother. And our child, our dear Franklin, would he even remember his father? Or would Jake become nothing more to him than a man in old photographs?
I'm sorry, Maria. I don't want to leave you.
I know.
Look, I don't want to get your hopes up, but if there's even the slimmest chance it could work, I must tell you.
What is it, Doctor? A cure?
I wouldn't say that. There is, however, a medical scientist I know from my college days. His name is Professor Pendrake. For years, he's been developing theories about a miracle treatment involving new nanotechnology. I hear he's recently moved into the human testing stages and is ready to perform operations.
Nanotechnology? I don't understand.
Professor Pendrake could explain best. Here, I'll give you his contact information. If anyone can help you, it's him, but just know that this isn't guaranteed. You should still prepare yourself for the worst.
Of course. Thank you, Doctor.
Lastly, I want you to understand that Professor Pendrake's experiments are not sanctioned by the medical community as yet, and I cannot begin to speculate the kind of risks you'd be taking.
I understand, Doctor. But, you know, I have to try.
I don't know, Jake. I mean, it sounds like they'd be using you as some sort of a guinea pig.
Maria, honey, what do we have to lose?
God help us. If only we had known.
This is the address the doctor gave us for Pendrake's office.
It's so cold in here. You think they could turn down the air conditioning?
Maybe they need it that way, you know, for their experiments.
Well, when you told me we were coming to Arizona, I didn't think I'd need to bring a coat.
Honey, you're shaking. It's not that cold in here. What's wrong?
I'm nervous.
Yes, I know. I'm nervous too, but...
No. It's more than nerves, Jake. I'm telling you, I'm downright terrified.
What? Why?
I'm not sure. I just can't shake this sick feeling I get whenever I think about this professor. Like something awful is about to happen.
There now. I understand.
Do you?
Yes, I keep thinking the same thing. What if he can't help me?
Oh, but Jake, what if he does?
Oh?
Jake, you know I'd do anything to save you, but what if keeping you alive means hooking you up to machines or keeping you on drugs that twist you in some way I can't even begin to imagine? It would still feel like I'm losing you. Maybe even worse.
Calm down, Maria. You're scaring me. I can't predict what the future will hold for us, but I can't turn back now either. I have to try. We have to try. Let's see what the doctor has to say, at the very least. We can figure out the rest from there.
All right, Jake. Let's just...
Yeah. Well, I think that's his room.
There's a buzzer next to the door. Try that.
Of course.
Who is it? What do you want?
Professor Pendrake?
Yes, now what's your business here? I'm a busy man.
Well, I'm a cancer patient, you see, and my doctor, he told me...
Wait, are you Mr. Young then? Mr. Jacob Young, is it not?
Well, yes, my friends call me Jake. How did you know?
Your physician called me about you. We are
That's right. I believe he mentioned something about knowing you in college.
Come on in. I'll unlock the door for you.
It seems we're expected.
Hello, Mr. Young. Oh, I see you've brought your lovely wife with you. Excellent. Come in. We have much to discuss.
I must say, you seem almost glad we're here.
Oh, because I am, Mrs. Young. Very much so.
Does that mean that you really can help me?
Based on the information your doctor sent me, I would say that your case is very grim to any other medical expert except myself, of course. For I am very confident that my methods can make you well again. Why, perhaps even better than you were before.
Really? I mean, that sounds almost too incredible to believe. After so many doctors telling me it was hopeless, to finally find you, and you tell me I can have my life back? But how is it possible? I mean, how does the treatment work?
I can't lie, it won't be easy with symptoms as advanced as yours, but in a way that makes you the perfect test case. It will show beyond a shadow of a doubt the effectiveness of this treatment method.
Then I take it this has never been done before?
Unfortunately not, and the world has suffered for it, if you ask me. You and your husband are not the first to come to me seeking this treatment, though. But I'm sorry to say that in their cases it was not yet ready. It pains me deeply to think of all those who have needlessly passed away waiting for my work to be completed.
Yes, I can imagine.
But today is a happy occasion, Mr. Young, for my treatment is ready, and you are here. Let us waste no more time. I will call the lab and have them begin preparations.
You mean we're doing this right now?
Oh, we must. You have suffered a great deal already. I dare not wait any longer.
But you still haven't told us what the treatment is, how it works, or anything. Maybe we need a bit more time to get ready for this than your lab does.
Honey, you heard what he said. How much longer can I wait?
I know, Jake, but this is all so strange. It's like...
Now, perhaps I tell you some things to ease your mind.
She's just scared, Doc. We both are.
I know. Now, as far as my treatment is concerned, it is nothing more than a series of injections. I won't bore you with too many technical details, but I will tell you that it involves what we call nanotechnology. You see, these microscopic mechanisms will be introduced into your system as sort of a cleanup crew. Unlike with mere medicine, we can program these mechanisms to do exactly what we want and nothing more. They will attack the problem directly without causing any side effects.
You're going to put tiny robots in my body?
A crude way of putting it, but essentially that is the plan.
And you control them?
Control is the wrong word for it. They carry out the function of their programming.
And what do you program them to do?
To eliminate imperfections in the body.
I'm not sure about this, Jake. It sounds like science fiction.
Maria,
I tell you what. I'll go tell my people to be on standby for the operation. Meanwhile, the two of you can discuss this in private. Call me when you're ready, okay?
What's wrong, Maria?
Jake, do you really trust that man?
What choice do I have?
None, I guess. Well, if it's not too much to ask, please tell me you love me one more time. Before we go through with this, just in case.
Maria, dear, I love you so much. I'd be dead already if not for you. You give me the strength to keep fighting this thing. You and little Franklin.
I know. I know.
At that moment we had two choices. Take a chance with the mad doctor's experiment, or go home and watch Jake die. Even knowing what I know now, I'm not sure I could ever have the courage to look my husband in the eye and choose the latter.
I am so glad you agreed to the operation, not only for what it will mean to my research and the future of medicine, but for your own sake as well. We all want you to live a long, healthy, and happy life. Am I right?
Of course. It's, neat place you got here.
The room was filled with stacks of computers and other strange machines the like of which I'd never seen before. The people working them were silent, speaking neither to us nor each other, like machines working machines.
Mr. Young, if you would please remove your shirt and lay down on the table, we can begin.
Right. Hey, do you need to knock me out for this?
It isn't necessary, although that could be arranged if you feel the need for it. This will not be a painless procedure, you know.
No, I didn't think it would be. But I'd rather not go under if I don't have to.
Yes, I feel much the same way about that. Now, try to relax as best you can. Take deep breaths now, and look at your lovely wife. That ought to help you.
I'm here, Jake.
I need to put these straps on you to keep you from moving around during the operation. Let me know if they're too tight, okay?
They're fine, Doc.
Is it all right if I hold his hand through the procedure?
Certainly. Just don't let him squeeze too tightly, or next I'll be mending your broken hand.
Don't worry. Jake would never hurt me.
Thanks, honey.
Are we all set then?
We're ready.
Remember, deep breaths and keep looking at your wife. Ignore the needles. It'll all be over before you know it. Are we all set then?
I'm here, Jake. Just look at me. Just you and me.
You and me, Maria. You and me. For the rest of our lives.
There, that's finished. Not so bad now, was it?
No, it was fine. In fact, I barely felt a thing.
I'd let go of his hand now, miss.
What? My God! What's happening to him?
The nanobots are establishing themselves in his system now. There will be a brief period of adjustment.
Jake! Can you hear me? Oh, Jake!
The worst should be over now. Easy, my friend. Here, I'll undo those straps for you.
Jake?
Maria?
Don't try to talk, dear. Just... Professor Pendrake, what's going on?
The treatment. He'll be in rough shape for a few days, like he's got a bad flu. That's when the nanobots will do the bulk of their work, after which his full recovery will begin.
What am I supposed to do?
He'll have very little energy for a while. Make sure he is well fed.
He's shaking all over.
This is normal. It will stop in a moment, and he will sleep. Nothing more to do now but take him home and care for him. My associates have arranged a train to take you both home safely. He should not fly for at least 2 months, maybe longer, just to be sure. I'll call you now and then to check his progress. If anything should go wrong, call this number immediately. Here now. Let's get your husband into a wheelchair. I'll drive you to the station myself and tell you as much as I can before seeing you off.
Jake was in bed the next 2 weeks. When I told my family what had happened, they wanted me to go to the police. But when the doctors confirmed his cancer was gone, we were all too speechless to continue questioning the strange events Jake and I had endured. In the 3rd week, Jake had made a complete recovery. It was as if nothing had ever happened.
Come here, you. That's my little boy. Uh-oh. Somebody needs a changing. Maria, bring me a fresh diaper, please.
Coming right up. I got it. Hello?
Good evening, Mrs. Young. This is Professor Pendrake.
Professor, how nice of you to call.
Yes, and nice to hear your lovely voice again, Mrs. Young. Tell me, how is your husband doing?
Excellent. He's made a full recovery.
Has there been any change in his behavior?
Well, he's much more active now, and he's very positive about things again.
Yes, but have you noticed any difference in his habits or mannerisms?
I don't... What do you mean?
Have you been feeling any different lately? Any change in your emotions or perception of things?
No, not that I...
Purely academic questions, Mrs. Young. Documentation and research and whatnot. No reason to feel anxious. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Okay.
And how is your baby?
What?
Honey, where's that fresh diaper?
Jake,
It's Professor Pendrake.
Is it now? Well, it's about time. I never got the chance to thank him. Here, give me the phone. Professor, hi. It's me, Jake. I just wanted to thank you for... Uh-huh. Yes. I understand, sure. What do you want to know?
I'll go see to Franklin.
Yeah. No. Wait, now that you mention it...
Oh, Franklin, dear, Mommy's sorry. She didn't mean to leave her little boy by himself.
Just the other day, I was...
There you go. Better? Good. Now Daddy's having an important phone call and Mommy wants to be with him for...
Maria?
Jake, you startled me.
I'm sorry.
What did he say?
Oh, just some questions. How am I feeling and like that.
Do you need to see him again?
No, I asked him about it.
Is something wrong?
No, I asked him. I said, hey, Doc, when am I going to come in and get these little robots out of me?
And?
And he told me that they don't come out. That they're not designed that way. That they're a part of me now.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Jake.
Maybe it doesn't mean a thing. You know, but maybe it means I don't get sick anymore. Like these things are a part of my immune system. Only they can fight off everything from cancer to the cold. Or you name it. I'm not getting it anymore.
And is it always going to be like this?
Who knows? After all, I am the test case for this thing, remember?
Then you're a lab rat.
It won't be like that, Maria. Damn it, can't you see this is bigger than us? Don't tell me you haven't thought about it too. The implications. I mean, I should be dead. We both know that. Terminal cancer. And look at me now. Who knows what they'll be able to do next? This could be the beginning of a whole new generation.
When did you all of a sudden want to make history? What about your family, Jake? What about me and Franklin? Where do we fit into this grand new vision of yours?
You're overreacting.
Am I? You're talking about changing the world. I just want us to go back to our lives and raise our child. And if he gets a cough, I don't want some scientist pumping machines into his body. It isn't right.
Why are you acting like this? When did you get so... Oh my God.
No. Jake, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm overreacting. I didn't...
You're scared of it, aren't you? You're even scared of me.
I love you. I don't want to lose you.
I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not going to change, all right? I'm not going to change.
We told each other it would be all right, but nothing was the same after that. Professor Pendrake started calling all the time. He and Jake would talk for hours. It sounded to me like they were making plans. One night Jake caught me listening in. I thought we were going to fight about it, but then he just kissed me on the head and told me he was going for a walk. He began taking many walks after that, always alone. It was driving me crazy, so I asked a friend to follow him. Hello?
Maria, it's me, Cassie. I found out what Jake's doing.
What is it? Where did he go?
Hold on, I'll tell you. He went down to the fish fry. He's been talking to some guy there for 10 minutes now. Looks to me like they're arguing a bit.
He's meeting someone? Do you recognize who it is?
Not a local as far as I can tell. He's a short fella with Coke bottle glasses and a receding mess of red hair.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that's Professor Pendrake.
Science freaky dink who cured Jake? Ugh, he's totally gross. No wonder you got the creepy vibe from him. And Jake never told you he was meeting with him? Not good. What are you gonna do?
Jake will tell me when I ask him. And now I'll know if he's lying. Thank you, Cassie.
Sure thing. What do you want me to do next? Hey, I should get one of those things that lets you hear stuff from across the street. Then I can tell you what they're saying.
No, Cass, thank you. You've done enough as it is. Just head home, and I'll call you later to tell you how things go.
I don't know, Maria. My detective sense is tingling. There's something strange going on here, and I want to find out what it is. I'll tell you what, Neil and I will go out to that place in Arizona where Jake got his treatment. See if we can't dig up some info on this Pendrake fella.
You can't do that.
Sure I can. And if we don't find out anything, we'll just call it a vacation and see the Grand Canyon.
You're crazy, Cass. You know that?
It runs in the family. Mitchum doesn't give up on things easily, especially when a friend is involved. But seriously, Maria, if Jake's getting into something dangerous here, you need to get out. You have a baby to think about. Jake will have to get his own priorities straightened out.
I hope it doesn't come to that. I appreciate your straightforwardness, Cass. That's an option I didn't want to admit I was considering, even to myself.
After everything Jake and I have been through. But for Franklin's sake.
I know. So for now, let's hope things aren't as bad as they seem. The last thing I want is to see you get hurt. I'll keep in touch, okay?
Take care, Cassie. Why are you putting me through this, Jake? What's happened to you?
I prepared myself to confront Jake when he got home, but nothing could have prepared me for what happened.
I'm home, Maria. I picked up some groceries while I was out.
You've been gone a long time. What were you doing?
I got some vegetables to make for dinner. In fact, I'll start on it now. I hope you have an appetite.
Don't avoid the question, Jake. You never used to do that before. What have you been up to all day?
I'm not up to anything. I walked through the town and even out into the countryside. Then I came back and got these vegetables for dinner.
You've been going on a lot of walks lately. Any reason?
I found a new appreciation for nature since my recovery. Is that so unusual?
Not particularly. But how come you never invite me on any of these walks?
You never asked to go with me. Besides, there are times when you need space to think things through on your own.
Oh, you do you? What kind of things have you been thinking through, then? Anything to do with Professor Pendrake and those nanobots?
Sometimes. Why do you ask?
I think you know why I... Jake, stop that! You're chopping the vegetables too fast!
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are! Now stop it! Stop it! Ow!
You shouldn't have grabbed my hand like that, Maria. You hurt. Here, let me see.
No! I'll take care of it.
Well, I'll get you a bandage then. Here. Now please let me see the cut. You may need stitches.
Okay.
It's not that bad. You're lucky. It should heal up in a day or two. I'll take care of it for you.
Thank you, Jake. I know I shouldn't have grabbed you like that when you had a knife in your hand. You could have hurt yourself, too. I guess I've been a little jumpy lately. It's just that...
Is something wrong? Does it hurt? Is the bandage too tight?
No, it's... I just noticed while you were putting the bandage on me. Jake, didn't you have a scar behind your ear?
I do. From a boating accident when I was a kid. It was pretty bad.
I don't see it.
Look closer.
Jake, it's not there. There's no scar behind your ear anymore. There's not even a mark left. It's gone.
Well, things get better with time.
Not that much better. It's like it was never there at all.
Another benefit of the nanobots, perhaps. Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows?
Maybe if you had them too, that cut of yours would heal right up. Right before your eyes. Hey, I should try that.
No!
I was only kidding, Maria. You know me. Always joking around. I was trying to make you feel better.
Christ, Jake, that isn't funny.
Well, I thought it would be. I guess you're jumpy.
That really didn't help any.
Oh well. Now what were we talking about before?
Nothing. I mean, we can talk about it later. Tomorrow.
That's fine. I'll get back to cooking dinner then.
All right. I'll go check on Franklin.
How could I have missed something like that? A scar he's had since childhood gone? Was there anything else I'd missed? In how many ways had the man I married changed? I watched him carefully after that, noticing differences in the way he spoke, the way he moved, the things he used to enjoy that now seemed meaningless to him, the way his skin became cold to the touch. Still, I could not accept that this was no longer the man I loved, and I didn't even know the whole story yet.
Hello?
Maria, it's me, Cassie. I'm in Arizona. You won't believe what I found. That office you went to was all locked up when Neil and I got there. We had to break into the place.
Cassie, you didn't.
I'm sure glad we did. Maria, the place is abandoned. There's nothing in it.
How can that be? The professor's office? All the equipment in the lab? You're telling me none of it's there?
All we saw was some nuts and bolts lying around and tire tracks leading away out back. The funny thing Neil noticed, though, was the wiring in the place is all brand new, like top-of-the-line stuff.
What does this mean?
If I had to guess, I'd say whatever went down here was set up special just for you and Jake. Something's seriously wrong with this whole operation.
But how could... I mean, our doctor, Jake's doctor, gave us that address. How could the doctor know that... I'm sorry, Cassie. I've got to check out something.
Wait, Maria, don't hang up. I have to tell you...
I went to the hospital where Jake's doctor was. I wanted to know why he sent us out to that place and what exactly was going on with these nanobots in my husband's body. I wanted answers.
Ma'am, calm down.
I will not calm down. I want to see Dr. Matthus right now. He has some explaining to do.
Please lower your voice, ma'am. There's a security officer in the building. Don't make me call him.
Fine. But can you please get me Dr. Matthus?
Let's see. Huh.
When will he be in?
Never.
Excuse me?
There is no Dr. Matthus working here. There never has been.
My husband and I came here to see him not 2 months ago. He diagnosed my husband with cancer.
Not according to our records, he hasn't. Are you sure you're in the right hospital?
This is crazy. You're crazy.
Psychiatrics is a different building entirely, ma'am.
Don't mock me. You don't know what I've been through.
My apologies, but I simply can't help you. There's never been a Dr. Matthus working here, and there's no documentation to show you or your husband were ever a patient here. So, what do you want me to do?
I can't believe this. Either I am losing my mind or everything's getting covered up like it never happened. Like a conspiracy.
Ma'am?
Shut up!
On the way home, my anger turned into despair. The sadness of it all overwhelmed me. I was going to leave that night, say goodbye to whatever was left of my husband, take little Franklin and go to my parents. Whatever Jake was going through, he'd have to face it alone. I wasn't going to let it infect me or our child any longer.
Jake? Jake, I have something to tell you.
Hello, my dear.
You? What are you doing here?
I was just visiting my patient. I'm happy to say that his treatment is finally complete. It's a brave new world we are entering, is it not?
Get out! You monster! Get out of my home and stay away from my family!
Shh, he's sleeping. You wouldn't want to wake him.
This was never about curing cancer, was it? You never intended to give my husband his life back. You just needed someone for your experiments.
Oh, it was not all my idea. I only provide the means, and while scientific progress has been made, something much more important has been achieved here.
Which is?
A revolution.
Get out or I will kill you.
I was just leaving. By the way, lovely child you have. His generation will benefit the most from my work, I assure you.
I could hardly breathe. I turned toward my bedroom. I could hear nothing but the beat of my own heart. Jake lay on our bed, the covers pulled over him.
Jake?
I put my hand on his shoulder. He was shaking, just like...
Jake, wake up! Can you hear me? Jake?
His hairless, steel-like body twisted hideously.
Oh my God. You're not human.
No. Better. Perfect.
His yellow, glowing eyes stared into me and chilled me to the marrow of my bones.
Maria, it's incredible. The power.
He smashed the mirror and tore apart the dresser before my eyes.
See? There is no pain anymore. I feel nothing. Join me, my love. You can be like this too. I can make you like me.
Please, Jake. I don't want to be what you've become.
It will be easier for you than it was for me.
He held up his hand, and needles formed at the tips of his fingers. I ran from the room. I ran to my child.
Franklin! I have to get him out of here. Franklin! Franklin? Where? Oh God, where's my baby? What is that? What are you? What have you done with my baby?
Mommy,
No.
I am your baby.
No!
You see, we can still be a family, Maria. Join us.
I love you, Mommy.
You hear that? The nanobots have already advanced his mental and physical development. This morning he couldn't speak and could barely crawl. Now he tells you he loves you. You've heard his first words.
This isn't real. This is a nightmare.
We are the future.
I felt his cold hand on my shoulder.
Don't touch me.
I broke the window and leapt through it. A metallic scream rang in my ears. I didn't think about where I was running. I ran as fast as I could, and I didn't stop until morning. When I collapsed in front of the intersection, it was 20 minutes before the man in the truck found me.
Hold on, lady. You alright? Do you need to go to a hospital?
Where am I?
You're in Glenwood. Ah, hell, lady. Do you even know what state this is? Alright, don't worry. The hospital isn't that far. You'll be alright.
I don't want to go to the hospital.
Well, you might not want it, but trust me, that's where you need to be.
Trust you?
Oh, well, my name's Andy. Well, what's your name?
Maria. Maria Young.
Okay, Maria, stay awake. Stay with me now. Do you know what happened to you?
I got away.
Somebody attacked you then? Oh, jeez. Well, they'll take good care of you at the hospital.
I don't want to go to the hospital.
I'm sorry, but you need to go to the hospital. You're in bad shape.
I'll heal.
What the?
Yes, the nanobots have remade me now too. I am continually impressed by what the little things can do. While I have not yet reconnected with my family, I imagine I will soon. They weren't home when I got back. I suspect Professor Pendrake had something to do with that. I still hate him, and will kill him when I find him, despite the gift he's provided. As for my husband and child, I am not worried for their safety. We are incredibly difficult things to destroy. I know. I have tried.
Morbid Curiosities, Test Case, was recorded at Filmworks 109 by Psycho Jellyfish, and stars Colleen Lovett, Roderick, Klimek, Ken Goldfarb, Lydia Nightingale, Evan Jones, and Charity Buckbey. Recording and editing was done by Lucas Wilson. Music by Jason Spadaro. Our theme song by Jason Spadaro, Aaron Spadaro, and William Barr. Additional help by Matthew Buckley and Ryan Traber. I am Ulisses Gonsalves, and you can find Morbid Curiosities and other programs at psychojellyfish.com, or interact with us at facebook.com/psychojellyfish and on Twitter @jellycast. Keep it psycho, gentle listeners.